2,000 subscribers! That is insane. Thank you everyone who has subscribed. That was such an exciting thing to see this morning. I just want to say a thank you to everyone who has subscribed to me and comments and likes my videos, interacts with me. It's been a really, really wonderful experience these past 7 months, and I am very glad that I joined Booktube. And it's just, I met so many awesome people, and it's just a very exciting milestone for me, especially so soon after reaching 1,000. I never expected that, so thank you everyone. So kind of in celebration of that, I want to do a few shout outs, and then I had posted a video saying if I reached 2,000 subscribers, I'd do a Q&A video, so I'm going to answer some of those questions. So let's move on to the shout outs. The first person that I want to shout out is Giselle Bradley, and her channel is the same name. I absolutely love Giselle. We read a lot of the same books. She's a really awesome booktuber. She's super sweet. I really enjoyed her videos, and I love watching her hauls to see what books she has to haul, because you always have a lot of similar tastes and stuff, and she's just really, really cool, and you guys should go and check her out. The next booktuber is Patty from I Smell Books. I love Patty. She is super sweet, and I love her channel because she does a lot of books I don't typically read, so I've gotten a lot of really good book ideas from her. She's really awesome. I interact with her quite a bit on Booktube, and she's just another really fantastic person. The next booktuber is Jenny King. Jenny is super cool. She does a mixture of books and tea videos because she is a tea enthusiast. Again, another booktuber that reads a lot of books I don't typically read, so I've gotten a lot of really good, interesting book ideas to add to my wish list. And of course, she does a lot of tea things like I just said, and I love tea, so those are always really fun to watch. And she's another really sweet person. These people are all sweet, what am I saying? But yeah, I just enjoy her videos, and you guys should go and check her out. And the last person that I want to shout out is Catherine Barca. I love Catherine. We read a lot of similar books too. I always look forward to seeing her hauls and her wrap-ups to see what she's reading and get her opinion on books I'm interested in seeing. And she also recently made a really cool winter book tag, which I think is really cool, and I can't wait to do. So I will link all these people's channels down below, and you guys should go and check them out because they're all really, really nice people, and I want to see their channels grow and grow and grow. So yes, I'll link them down below, and I hope you guys will go and check them out. Now on to the Q&A portion of the video. So the first question I got was from Christopher Paleo, and he asked, where do I see myself 10 years from now? Will I still be part of the Booktube community? And will I still be dedicating to take time out of my life to keep reading? Yes, I always read. That's never going to change. That's always going to stay the same. 10 years from now, I have no idea, you know? I just kind of try to go with the flow, take each day as it comes, and see where I go from there. I do hope I'll be continuing to Booktube for a while from now because I really, really enjoy it, and I find it fun, and so, yeah, I'm hoping it's a long-term thing. The book 658 asked me if I have read the Divergent trilogy. I have, and in fact, I have read all 3. Never Nicole asked Harry Potter or Twilight. For me, definitely Harry Potter. She also asked, how do you drop hints for books you want for Christmas? Well, actually, my family usually asks me what I want for Christmas, and I will include the books that I want on that list. Helena asked me what my favorite book was I read from school. That's probably the Lord of the Rings trilogy that my parents had me read because I was homeschooled, and as I have mentioned numerous times in my videos, kind of led me on my journey with fantasy. Maddie Knapp has asked me how I started booktubing. I just, I discovered these channels, Booktube, the community, last Christmas, and I have been watching the videos off and on, and I just decided to join on a whim because I love reading, and I thought it would be a fun way to express my love of reading. Books and Stuff asked, what would you do if you were told The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings series be burned and deleted by all devices? And then she says, I'm sorry, I know I probably caused physical pain, but I'm curious. That would be awful. I don't know. You know what I would do? I would sneak. I would somehow save a copy of my books. I would hide it from being destroyed. Like, if I could, I would hide it. If not, my soul would die. That's what would happen. My soul would die. Time and Chance asks, if I can meet any of the following authors, who would I choose and why? Charles Dickens, Jane Austen, C.S. Lewis, or J.R.R. Tolkien? I would choose J.R.R. Tolkien. I think he'd be a really, really cool person to just talk with and chat with, especially after getting into his history for my facts video. I think it would just, I don't know, plus what he studied is really interesting, mythologies and languages, and I just think it would be really cool to have a conversation with him. What I would ask him, I have no idea. I think I would just kind of see how the conversation went. He then asked who I would choose second, and that would probably be Jane Austen. I think there's so little known about Jane Austen that I would love to have a conversation with her and get to know her more, and more about her life and what her motivations were for her writings and things. Just stuff that we don't know because there's not that much left about her and her own history. Hannah Odinar, I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering your last name, I apologize, asks how many books I typically read in a month. Typically 4, I average about 4 books. Every once in a while I'll kind of jump up to 8. I think 8 was the most I read in any one month. I'm trying to read faster, it's just hard. I'm kind of a slow reader. Squidge in Books asks, are you a paperback or hardback lover and why? Hardbacks, though I do find I tend to like paperbacks a little bit more, the floppy kind, not necessarily mass market paperbacks, but I really, really do enjoy a gorgeous hardback book, I'm not gonna lie. She also asked if you could go to any time period in the past, when would it be and why? That would either be ancient Egypt, because I've always found that history and culture fascinating and I would like to witness it firsthand, or medieval Europe, because again, I find that history to be very rich and interesting and fascinating. I just like to see how people used to live back then. I think that would be a really, really interesting thing to see. Kat H asks, other than Doctor Who, what other TV shows do I like? I love Merlin. I am obsessed with Merlin. Merlin and Doctor Who, I probably like both my #1 spot. I love both of those shows. They are so good. Second would be Sherlock. Third would be The Amazing Race. 4 would be Grimm. Yes, I love all of those shows. I am not gonna lie, particularly Doctor Who, Merlin, and Sherlock so much. I love them so much. Lindsay's Library asks if there is a genre that I'm thinking about reading or learning more of. Yes, I kind of want to start reading more memoir, autobiographical novel books. I think those would be a really interesting thing to start picking up and reading, and I feel like you could learn a lot from those. Michelle Raven asked how many books do I own? Last time I counted it was like 135. Mom2 Triplets 04 asked, do you finish every book you read? If not, what is one book you did not complete and hated? I almost always finish a book, but there is one book I did not finish. That book would be Deep Blue. I've mentioned it many times on this channel. I hated it. I didn't like it. The writing was horrible. I just could not bring myself to finish it. I could not subject myself to it. My philosophy is if you're hating and not enjoying something that much, don't subject yourself to it. Move on to something you actually enjoy. Marima asked, do I like medieval romance or medieval mystery novels? I don't know. I guess I really haven't read that many from that type of a genre. I think the closest I read to a medieval romance would be Daughter of the Forest. Penguin in a Blue Box asked what my favorite animal is. In general, dogs. Wild animals, wolves. The Lit Cave asks, pro Tom Bombadil or no Tom Bombadil? Pro Tom Bombadil. I didn't even realize until a couple months ago that people didn't like Tom Bombadil. He's one of my favorite characters. How can you not like him? I love him so much. Sabrina from Steakachino asks, how many videos would you like to make in a week if you had the time to do them? That is, how many videos do you have ideas for in a typical week? I usually have a lot of video ideas. If I had enough time, I'd like to do them 7 days a week, which I guess I'll be doing during Vlogmas. But there's so many tags out there and books you can review and my facts on authors. There's so many authors out there that, I don't know. I guess I'm always having ideas. I feel like sometimes I go through some dry periods, but I'm always kind of thinking of something new. I mean, even just book related, but kind of geeky-ish stuff that I'm interested in. She also asked, are you more of a morning person or a night person? And what do you like about whichever one you prefer? Definitely morning. I prefer beginnings to endings of days, I guess because it's full of possibilities and I feel more refreshed and everything is new and nothing bad has happened yet. So definitely a morning person. And the last question she asked was, aside from magic, if you could pull one element out of Middle Earth and have it to be a normal thing for us in regular Earth, but without anything else from the books, only that one thing, what would you like to have as part of our world? Probably elves, if that counts. I hope that counts, because I've always found elves to be fascinating and I think that they would add a lot to our culture and it would make things a lot more interesting. Sabrina Everywhere asks, how do you prepare for your videos? Typically I wing it. To be honest, 9 times out of 10 I'm winging it. Even most of my reviews. I think there's only 2 I've planned out. Most of them I kind of wing in the moment. I just kind of set up my camera and my light and I go from there. It's kind of my preparation. Though I wish I was a little bit more prepared. I'm trying to like kind of think things out beforehand so I don't feel like I'm all over the place when I'm filming. Lindsay Ray asks, what are some of my favorite bands or genre of music? I kind of really eclectic taste in music. Whatever sounds good I will listen to. If it sounds good, I'll listen to it. But some of my favorite genres are country, but primarily early 90s to mid 90s country. I don't really like much of the modern stuff. I like 90s alternative. I like Blink-182, Bless and Jake, some 41, not all of it. I also really enjoy Celtic music. I love Gaelic Storm, the High Kings, Celtic Woman, Old Blind Dogs, the Dubliners, just a whole variety of traditional and more modern Celtic and Irish music. I really enjoy that. I also love violin and David Garrett. I love listening to David Garrett. He is awesome. She also asked what my dream vacation would be. My dream vacation would be going to Ireland. WK Dowden asks what my favorite episode of Doctor Who is so far. I actually have a video coming out pretty soon. on this topic, my top 10 favorite Doctor Who episodes, but I will tell you guys now my favorite Doctor Who episode it is Family of Blood and Human Nature with Dr. Ten and Martha. Absolutely love that two-parter. Michael from Bitten by a Radioactive Book asks, what was the biggest surprise for you in your booktube life, besides the fact of your rapid channel growth? I think I was surprised by how soon I met so many cool people and was able to interact with them and kind of converse with them over the internet. I think that was my biggest surprise. I wasn't anticipating that happening at all or anybody really talking to me. So that was a really pleasant surprise and probably the thing I've enjoyed the most about joining Booktube. The Lawn Gnome asks, if you could, what is your favorite book that was turned into a film, and after seeing it, did you still prefer the book over the film? That was probably the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yes, I still prefer the books, but I think that Peter Jackson has done one of the best jobs from adapting a book into a movie. And on Twitter, I also got some really great questions from Sarah Night Owl, so I'll try to answer some of these as well. One of the questions she asked is, do you currently have a celebrity crush? Yes, it is Colin Morgan from Merlin. Yeah. That's how many sisters I have. And if I am the oldest, I actually have 2 sisters, and in fact, I am the youngest at 26. And finally, she also asked, can you play any instruments? I can play the violin horribly. I can play the violin. I do it terribly, and I have been so out of practice. It's been a crazy year, and I haven't been able to practice as much as I like. I'm largely self-taught, but I enjoy playing it when I have the chance, even though it sounds like utter crap, but I still enjoy it, and that's all that matters. Alright guys, that was my Q&A shout out 2,000 subscriber, oh my god, freak out video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and again, thank you guys so much. It is so amazing. I can't believe I have grown this fast, and I am so grateful. So thank you guys so much for watching, and always watching and commenting and all of that. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys, and until next time, bye!